Hello, I'm Russ Mould, AJ Bell's Investment Director. With me here today is Richard Penny, Manager of the Legal and General UK Alfa Trust. We're going to talk through what a fund is, how they work, what they do for your portfolio, and what you should look for when potentially thinking about choosing one. So Richard, thank you for coming.
Thank you.
So first of all, let's get right back to basics. When investors hear about funds, what does that term actually mean?
Okay, funds come in a variety of shapes and sizes, but typically funds will be between 20 million and maybe several billion. It's a way for a number of individuals to invest in the same types of investment at the same time, to come and go when they please. There are open-ended funds which make that easier, and then there are closed-ended funds which might run for a finite length of time. What's reassuring about them is usually the fund manager is nearly always
Which will be you in one potential case.
Is regulated by the FSA. Regulation is a dirty word, but it does protect the investors. And with each fund there will be an objective, and it's important to read that and understand what types of things those
So an investor will pool their money with like-minded savers, basically. So that's one advantage. You mentioned regulation as another. There's a qualified individual running the money. That's another. Are there any other advantages potentially for an investor looking at a fund?
I mean, generally speaking, because you club your money together with other people, the dealing costs will be lower. So we'll probably come on to it later. There are charges involved, but there are savings because you have the benefits of scale. So rather than investing £50 at a time, you invest with everybody else, and the fees come down for bigger amounts.
And also, I assume a fund would hold a large number of stocks. There's sort of inbuilt diversification.
Absolutely, diversification. The academics tell us you've got to have 12 holdings to be properly diversified. Within the industry, it's usually, the most concentrated funds might be 25 investments, so way beyond that. And typically, more mainstream funds might be 100 different holdings. So, the choice for the investors is how diversified they want to be, but you definitely get diversification at a reasonable price.
So now you mentioned reasonable price, and you've started to touch upon the dealing cost. You get economies of scale there, but presumably the investor pays for the expertise which they're accessing, I guess.
Well, indeed. I mean,
no free lunch.
No free lunch, yeah. And the typical charges would be between 0.5% and 1%
per annum.
Per annum, that's right. And if it was a smaller, more specialist fund, it might cost more. A bigger sort of more mainstream fund would cost less than that. There are index funds you can get which would cost
a lot less, but
as low as 0.1%.
But I guess the difference there is a fund manager such as yourself or your colleagues, you're not paid to track the index, whereas that's exactly what those tracker or passive funds will do. I guess you justify the extra cost and your money by outperforming the index, is that right?
Absolutely. If you buy an index fund, you're buying it because it's got lower fees and you think you're pretty much going to get the index performance.
So you do that through picking stocks. We'll probably talk about that a little more in a separate video.
Yeah. Our aim is to beat the index, and I'm pleased to say we have done that over a long period of time.
Perfect. Thank you, Richard. That was very helpful. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to seeing you next time.